Hi guys, I'm Kyungmi Kim at Korean Institute of Psychoeducation. Men's sexual function is not weakened by aging. The more you have a desire for sex and immerse yourself in existing sex methods, the more your body and mind are damaged by the negative zest energy generated by it, and your sexual function is weakened. This negative zest energy causes sexual problems in men, and if you don't stop and pursue sex excessively through drugs or surgeries, you will develop psychological disorders and other unexplained physical illnesses. It can also be inferred that a person who seems to be healthy suddenly dying for no reason, or having a coition death is caused by negative zest energy. Male adult video actors who make sex their business are bound to experience psychological problems and physical problems, including sexual problems, more intensely than other men. So, how do long-lasting and legendary adult video actors maintain their sexual performance? Of course, they may have been born with stronger physical durability than others, so even if they are damaged by negative zest energy, there are cases where their sexual function lasts longer than other men, but psychological disorders are inevitable even if their sexual function lasts physically. In such cases, the rate of destruction is only delayed, but at some point, complete destruction of the mind and body by negative zest energy will come. Surprisingly, however, there are two cases in which men are not harmed by negative zest energy. The first is when a man thinks of sex only as a job. He does think of sex strictly as a job to the extent that he does not have the purpose of sexual pleasure, and he treats it as if it were like any other regular job. Negative zest energy comes from having sex with a purpose and a desire for sexual pleasure. So if you don't perceive having sex as a sexual action, or if you don't have a desire for sex, then you don't activate negative zest energy. In that case, you don't have sexual problems or dysfunctions, but the moment you find a partner you like, or the moment you start perceiving sex as sex, then all of that falls apart. The second case is that because you have made having sex your business, you may inadvertently realize the nature of human sexuality in the midst of all the sex opportunities you have, which is to realize the intrinsic gender roles of men and women in sex. The intrinsic gender role of a man is to not perceive sex as a means of self-pleasure, but to use himself as a tool like a dildo to make the woman's body and mind happy, and to do everything in his power to make her happy. It doesn't matter if the sex partner is or isn't the woman he loves. Of course, when love is involved, a man's passion amplifies his sexual sensations, leading to boundless pleasure. But even if love is not involved, if he's using everything he has for the woman partner, at least for that moment, then he's having sex in accordance with his essential gender role. In this case, the man has no specific sexual standards for his own pleasure, no desire for his own pleasure, and no purpose to use the woman because he only has to adapt himself to the woman, and his sexual function is infinitely activated by the woman partner. Naturally, there is no damage to the body and mind caused by negative sexual energy, so the body and mind can remain healthy for a long time. This is the kind of sex men should be aiming for. Most men think that having sex with a woman who doesn't meet their sexual standards and having no desire for sex will make it impossible for them to have sex at all. But the truth is that men need to play their natural gender role, not have any sexual standards for their own pleasure, and not have any desire for sex for their own pleasure, so that they can enjoy the pleasure of real sex they have never felt before.